Aerospace engineering degree. 4.0. They can hear us?
For Brett.
Well, no, I just want to keep talking about how Red is just Loki, actually a famous person that none of us realized with that profile picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him, the quarterback for the Minnesota
That's it.
Vikings.
You guys
Yep.
didn't know that.
The fourth
Could
string
be-
quarterback.
Hey guys, it's the Slash All podcast coming at you on Tuesday. So this week we're going over lower division. Upper division got all the hype last week. So if you're here for upper division, get out. Well, don't get out of here because we want the views, but sit patiently. But we've got Red here join us, the commissioner for lower division league. A little bit of movement for some teams, and then just last week we had the number 1 seed finally set themselves apart from the rest of the bracket. So a lot of things exciting happening in lower division. To talk about, how are you feeling today, Brendan and Red?
Great.
Yeah, feeling well, feeling ready to go.
Feeling well, baby. Will this work? No. Why? See, why are all of my my OBS is acting up? Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to throw up the standings for you, but
Technical difficulties.
I have it here on with the Google Excel sheet.
I got it. It's up there. There's a lower division standings on your screen right now as Bredicus and Red talk about them.
I mean, like the biggest one is Gladiators dropping out. So that does put us down to 9 teams, right?
Brings down to 8 teams. Iniquity also dropped out earlier in the season.
Oh wow. So are we still gonna do the 16 bracket?
Yes, we're still doing the 16 bracket. I was thinking of maybe having TSI Academy and Ape Red play each other just for a little fun match. But
Yeah.
let's see if they're up to it. Then we'll definitely do that.
We should definitely make that happen because nobody wants to be last place. So here's an opportunity to not be last place.
Exactly.
I like that idea a lot. If you didn't catch that, it was Gladiators team dropped out there, so leaving us with the 8 teams. But all the hype is up here, kind of around the top 3 teams. We Love Miners, Dino Roars, and Event Horizon, setting themselves apart to kind of win the whole thing. Kind of out of these streams, who do you have your money on?
That's tough. Dino Roars did just go down to Invicta, but I think I still have my money on Roars because they'd have an E-sub play for them, and they had the FF the first game because they had to find an E-sub. So I think that match wasn't like a true representation of Roar's ability.
For sure. I mean, there was a little bit of drama there with that matchup, and Event Horizons did kind of put themselves a step above, but Dino Roars is definitely not behind them in any means.
Let me chime in for a second. A number 1 seed in Slash All has never won a playoff series, so I also got to keep that in mind.
Which sounds like it is a big deal now. You know, when you say that, and then we've only had 1 season, it doesn't sound like a big deal. But with season 2 cemented for upper division, it's now a trend.
Yeah. In the 2 series that a number 1 seed has played in, they have won 1 game and 0 matches. So that's obviously a shade at Season 1 TSI, which I was on. We got 2-0'd at the time. It was a best of 3 series. And then Infernal Wolf Esports in the upper division pulling off the upset against Misery last week. They actually were able to win a game, unlike TSI, but it ended up falling in that series 3-1. So the number 1 seed is kind of a curse in Slash All. So we'll see if Invicta can turn the tide on that.
Yeah, Dino Roars actually threw intentionally to not have that curse. Oh man. And then of course we still got the Goon Squad here, the organization of the Goon Squad here with the lower division with its Gecko. I still think that team is a threat to behold, CTP, are playing with the big dogs in upper division last season. So those two teams there, fourth and fifth, like don't underestimate them. If they get a lot of momentum going, they could run away with the playoffs.
I'm gonna throw one more kink in there too. Now Red, you can change this by winning your series, but say Goon Squad Purple advances, and they face off against Invicta in that they're the number 3 seed, or they're the number 5 seed. Oh, they're
Goon Squad's 4.
Number 4 seed. Oh, that's even worse. Every single time it's a number 4 seed. Gecko was on the season 1 team that took out TSI. And it's always the number 4 seed that takes out the number 1 seed. So I'm telling you right now, how many times can history repeat itself? Event Horizon Invicta, they are going to be not only fighting against a resurging Goon Squad Purple led by its Gecko, but they're also going to be fighting it against a resonating curse in the Slash All League.
I mean, what's the mathematics saying? Like you don't have a pattern until 3. So all of us here at Slash All are banking on you, Horizon Invicta. Break the curse for the rest of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we could somewhat break the curse as well if we were to win our.
Yeah,
Privates were to win. First game.
That's funny. That's funny. I see the patterns. I'm a pattern guy, and I see that, and that's funny that it could end up being the exact same, not only seeding wise, but a player who is a part of it in the first season could be again a part of it in the second season.
Especially like this being set apart from upper division, the fact that this would echo again in lower division is just hilarious. But I would want, out of this bracket that we're looking at right now, we were talking about this before. I wanted to kind of go through the bracket with the matchups, some things we think we could see, kind of place our bets. Because again, you don't. What's the saying in basketball, Brendan? It doesn't count if you don't call it.
If you're talking about banking in a 3-pointer, yeah, it doesn't count unless you call it.
It doesn't count unless you call it. So, if we're gonna say that we predicted the winner of lower division, we gotta make our calls now. So can I just start rambling while you guys get a chance to look at the bracket and formulate your opinions, or does somebody else want to go first?
I mean, I'll predict mine if you would like me to go first. I'll start with Game 1, Goon Squad Purple versus Captain Turtle's Privates. I'm sorry, Red, I gotta go with Goon Squad Purple here, especially hearing some of the background background noise. I'm gonna go with Goon Squad Purple for that one. Game 2, Miners versus Lotus. That one's gonna be good. I haven't got to catch a Lotus game yet, but with the Miners having the reigning 1v1 champion, I'm gonna go with the Miners. See if Grumbog, is that it? Grumbag? Can carry them.
Just call him Greg.
Greg. yeah. Greg Diff Game 2. Miners moves on to face Dino Roars. And I'm going to say Greg carries them in Game 4 as well against Dino Roars. Dino Roars is also having some turmoil. And they're definitely the people that me saying this is going to be enough motivation for them to strap up their bootstraps and pull through for the number 2 seed. Game 3, I got Goon Squad Purple advancing just for the kicks and giggles and the history of everything. And then taking it all, man, that's tough. Can Goon Squad go all the way? I'm going to go with, and Goon Squad can prove me wrong here, I'm going to go with Miners taking it all for Season 1 championship. In the third place match, I'm going to have Goon Squad Purple taking Game 3. Dino Roars then would finish 4th. So I've got, no, that'd be Invicta versus Roars. Then I'll go to Invicta taking 3rd place, actually. Goon Squad would get 2nd since they lost the championship. So to run that down, I got Miners taking 1st, Goon Squad Purple taking 2nd, Invicta 3rd, Roars 4th.
All right.
Yeah,
that was so out of left field.
Wait, how?
That is so out of left field. Oh man. I'll wait my turn. I'll wait my turn.
All right.
Yeah, Red. What's your prediction, Game 1?
My Game 1 prediction. I'd rather not say my Game 1 prediction. We'll just keep that one under the rug for now. But we got Miners versus Lotus. Lotus has been doing pretty well here. The second half of the season, if I'm not wrong. Let me take a peek real quick. They did just lose to the Miners, who they will be playing against. So maybe they'll use that. Maybe they know all the secrets of them, so they might be able to pull something off. But
I mean, just to give you another one in the 4-5 matchup in the upper division, Inferno or Goon Squad White had just beaten Inferno Wolves, and then they played in the playoffs, and Inferno Wolves ended up winning in a game 5 game series banger. So regular season results are not indicative of playoff success.
True. I also like their captain. He responds to messages very quickly on Blooming Lotus. So
Commissioner's dream.
So yeah, I'm gonna have Blooming Lotus winning the game 2 against the Miners, and then I'll go up to Event Horizon Invicta. Whoever wins game 1 is gonna lose to Event Horizon Invicta, because Event Horizon Invicta does not care about any curse in the league. They just ignore it and they'll win the game outright. And then Miners versus Roar. I think Roar got some key pieces here at the trade deadline. So I think they will be able to win their game. So it's pretty much like you get the 1 and 2 seed going. Like, that's kind of lame, but I think the 1 and 2 seed will go into the championship here, and I do have the 2 seed winning Roars.
Shoot.
Really?
Shoot. That would be a
Jeez.
rematch of Friday's. Was it Friday? Sunday's match.
Yeah,
Sunday
just-
night.
Sunday's
Yep.
match. Sunday's match, yeah.
But I think Roar will have more of their stuff together, because realistically, they don't have to play until December based off how the playoffs look. So they have a long time to get themselves together as a team
True.
and actually have 5 people there.
Alright,
Yeah,
Yes.
but that
We want to say?
the Event Horizon Invicta has that much time too.
Yeah, well, I was just saying that in the fact that Dino Roars didn't even have 5 people to play the match. They'd bring, so I think hopefully by then, if they can't get 5 people in like a month, then I mean they honestly deserve to lose that game then. But I think once they have 5 people, they are the strongest team.
And I will say for Dino Roars, I think they have the craziest jungle in this entire league. Like, for better or for worse, he plays differently than any other jungler you'll play against.
well, it's in his name. Doki for the win. You either win by the Doki or you lose by the Doki. Like, he doesn't let anybody else control his matches.
Like, in my head, the only champion that got away with going Ignite Smite was Shaco, but Doki finds a way to do that on like 3 or 4 other junglers for no reason. But it works sometimes. It didn't work on Sunday. If anybody caught that game, that Maokai could have probably used a flash 2 or 3 times instead of TP. But in other games, it's worked.
The lane ganks go crazy with TP.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is just the top laner arriving. We're good. We're good. Boom, it's big fat tree.
All right, Brett, wrap us up.
All right, I can wrap us up. Good Squad Purple and Actually, I will talk about this because we were talking about this on a stream on Sunday night. CTP is an old school League Weeklies team. Like, Jerome and Red are all players from League Weeklies, so I gotta stick it out with the history, you know. I think they're gonna beat Goon Squad's Purple. I think CTP, if you're listening, if you win game 1, Goon Squad Purple will tilt so far, and you'll snowball. You have to win game 1, and you're good. And then so CTP takes game 1. I think Blooming Lotus takes game 2. Red Panda has been playing with the team from like the start of the season, and I think he's gonna be able to upset. That's gonna be the upset. But then from there, it is gonna be Event Horizon beating CTP. It's gonna be Dino Roars beating Blooming Lotus. We have our matchup, and just the way that Event Horizon Invicta, despite being in the lower division, play with so much like cohesion and synergy, they could beat some upper division teams. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Name one upper division team they can beat.
TLC.
That's your team. What?
We are not that synergistic.
Taking it on the chin, I guess.
We're not that synergistic, and that's what Event Horizon Invicta did. Like I don't know how to explain it. When they played on Sunday night, they played. Well, actually, they played as five. Like they had a split pushing top lane pick who literally didn't play for kills. Like at some point, like there was just standing outside the tower range, and every time they would walk up, he would just keep walking back. Like normally you have a split pusher who's like, my job is to kill people in the side lane. But no, Godfist like played the Eulalie and played so passive that there were moments where he was just standing there with two players from the other team. And whenever that happened, Event Horizon did Drake or did Baron, like capitalized on it. I feel like that's not something you see something from a lower division team to be able to play a split pushing comp well, but they did.
I'm just trying to stir up drama.
That's fine. I'm Sinja wanted to be on the podcast today. I was like, that's gonna create too much drama for finals.
You didn't let him on the podcast?
No. Well, all right, wait. I told him he could be on the podcast if we got from somebody from Infernia on the podcast too.
Okay.
So like it would be equal levels of bias. World transition here. That is everything for lower divisions. Good luck to all the lower division teams as you head into playoffs. Have fun with it. It's League of Legends. It's a video game. Have fun with it. This structure just makes it more fun to play with your friends than losing on Nexus Blitz. Anywho, upper division finals Friday. We've been building towards this for like 3 months. What do you guys think is going to happen?
I think that we're going to mispronounce a lot of things.
Oh.
That's a fair.
When it's Infernal Wolf versus Infernia, and you know that Sinja is going to play Syndra, I think that cast and production is going to mispronounce a lot of things. That is one thing that I can guarantee happens on Friday at 8:30 Eastern.
That's awesome. I had not thought about that at all. Oh.
Yeah, my honest prediction is that Sinja, pretty sure, last year he ended up losing in the grand final, so I think he's gonna repeat history and be forever second place.
Yes.
What a legend.
I love it.
Oh man.
That'll give him just the ammunition he needs. No, I actually have some background and some storylines that I've been building. I've also been talking to some of the teams and the players to try to get their ideas to put together the best stuff possible. Now, as this is a preview, I'm not going to spoil all of those things because I want you guys to tune in on Friday when the match actually happens. But these are two very well put together teams that Infernia came out hot. They had a little slump towards the end, but since then have been putting in a lot of work and effort to get back to their top prowess. And it showed in the 5-game series against TSI. That was a grind of a series, back and forth. A lot of draft strategy back and forth as well as execution in the games. And resilience for Infernia. They were down 2-1 at one point in that series and were able to win 2 straight games to win it 3-2. And Inferno Wolves taking down Misery, who had only lost to Infernia very early on in the season and were just on a roll. And they are starting to hit their stride as well. King Kublai making plays in the jungle, just setting up incredible flanks on a lot of playmaking junglers. And then Ajuka in the top lane just has a kingdom of his own. So we'll see. That will be very exciting to watch. Our first and second team all-pro top laners actually go at each other in the top lane, Smokestacks versus Ajuka. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, I think that Smokestacks and Ajuka top lane matchup will determine a couple, one or two, I'll put it that, one or literally will determine the entire game just based off of the meta that's emerged here in /all. Like, tanks get stomped here in this league. I don't understand why.
Yeah. If you knew the answer, I guess we'd be up there playing in the championship game as well.
Yeah, and I mean, like, for both teams, like, when it came to the semifinals. I didn't think that Inferno Wolf had what it takes to beat Misery, especially with the roster changes they made halfway through the season, like to build up as much synergy as they could. But like sincerely, like I know that Ajuka and King and a couple of those players have been playing together, but the synergy that Senja has found with King is incredible, and that really impressed me in that matchup against Misery. And on the other side of the board, I didn't expect Infernia to beat TSI. We hit that mid game slump, um, but
So what's your
I don't think
prediction?
my prediction.
You
I'm
going with
gonna go.
the lowercase
I'm
e
going.
capital S or the capital E lowercase s?
I don't know which one's which. I'm just gonna say Infernal Wolf Esports.
All right. I'm sticking with Infernia. Much respect to Infernal Wolf, but I got to go with the team that knocked me out and just the grind that they've put forward. So I'm going with Infernia myself. So we got 2 votes for Infernia, 1 vote for Infernal Wolf. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, 8:30 Eastern.
Correct. Yep.
Boom.
And on that note, I guess a few other minor details to wrap up on upper division. So we had our all pro announcements, and I have been a little bit behind on getting that game scheduled. So I'm going to work on getting that today, tomorrow-ish. Start working with the players to get that show match scheduled. And then also our MVP voting will be announced Friday as well. So a lot of excitement towards that stream as we kind of culminate all of season 2, sorry.
And I think that especially as lower division starts to wage war, for lack of a better word, and playoffs for upper division start to wrap up. A couple of you guys, unfortunately, your team will get knocked out, and you might feel like your season come to an end. There is going to be a season 3/all coming. We are already working on that a bit. I know Brennan, as the commissioner for the whole thing, has been putting in a lot of work. So as you're like, if you get knocked out, or like you've been like, I've really been digging this and I want to help out or participating, especially in production, like the more the merrier. And the more people we have, the more games can get streamed. So in the Discord, you can find cast your application. You can message one of our moderators. But if you want to be helping build that season 3, we are already looking towards our team as for moderators and production, to keep this league running. So if you want to help out for season 3, we're already looking towards that. Or if you're a team captain and are like, oh man, we got knocked out, and you want to sign up for season 3, we are already having some more teams sign up. So just know that season 3 is coming.
We do not
And
have
this
signups out yet. I will caveat that. So
bro lied to me in mod chat.
I don't think that I said that at all. Like, there's interest from teams, but official signups are not out there. A lot of
Yeah.
that is because the ELO brackets that we have are going to be dependent on the amount of staff that we have. So we know we are at least going to have an Emerald 1 Cap League, but beyond that, it's going to depend on the staff retention as well as the addition of staff. So we can only put out as many leagues as we have the people to run them for. So that's just another reason that if you want to see more ELO brackets or ELO brackets be retained, we could always use the help. And we have a wide variety, like Brett was saying, of things that people can help out with. So there's going to be a lot more structure to the staff team next season, as well as like delegations. So certain staff members are going to be in charge of certain things. So we'll be able to kind of compartmentalize those, and you'll just have kind of one job to go with and do your best at. So yes.
Which I think I've said this plenty enough, but Red joined us for season 2 when we announced that lower division was going to happen. And I personally, as a caster, didn't have the time I thought I would to dedicate towards lower division. So Red stepped up out of the mod team and said, I'll head up lower division, and has done an incredible job. So thank you, Red. And for all the lower division players, he's the guy. He's the person who's been kept lower division running, kind of when me and Brendan weren't available. So just if you get any chance, bump into him in the Discord, say thank you, because he's helped you guys out a lot for keeping lower division running.
Sure.
You don't need to thank me. That's okay. Just doing what I need to do.
Josh Dobbs, man, stand up guy.
I'm just happy to be here.
What a the guy thing to say. I just watched Spy Kids, the third one on Netflix. It was awful without the 3D glasses, but that's like the OG. He's the guy meme.
The second one's better.
Was that in the third one where the meme is from?
Oh,
That
I
was the
don't
first-
know. It's the video game, and like he's like, yeah, he's the guy.
I think that's the third one because that's when they're playing the video game. He has to go find the guy.
Got it.
The first one's when they have the thumb people. It's really weird.
No, and then the second one is the island, right?
Yeah, where they have the little island with dinosaurs. It's super cool. The best one, of course.
Oh man, what a walk down memory lane.
Yeah, total sidetrack.
Can we assign like a nickname or a I don't know title in the Discord to Red now as the guy?
I mean, he can give it. You're a Discord moderator. You can do it yourself.
I don't know how to navigate this app.
I think that's a wrap. I guess one of the things, like, as we're harping on everything Red's doing, he is putting together the stats right now as well. So I'm gonna help him set up those forms to get All-Pro voting sent out to the teams. So if you're in the lower division, keep an eye out for that. The All-Pro ballots will be coming here in the next week, so you'll be able to make those elections, and we'll get the lower division All-Pro teams voted on as well.
Let's go. Big hype coming your way, lower division. Yeah, that's everything I had for my notes. You have anything else, Red?
Nope. Nothing else.
All right. Chat has nothing. I know we responded to one question there. I haven't done this yet because I want to kind of. I personally am upgrading my computer, so come season 3, I'll be a bit more with production. But for season 3, we'll get these episodes uploaded to Spotify. But as of right now, I haven't figured out how to do that. But come season 3, we'll have that going your way. So if you weren't able to be here around 4 on a Monday or a Tuesday, we'll get it on Spotify for you.
Heck yeah.
Just saw somebody said like didn't get in here until like halfway through. So, but with that, we'll wrap it up this week. Good night, good day / all community. Catch us on Friday 8:30 Eastern for the upper division finals. Will be a ton of fun. Let's go. It's gonna go down. And if you are a lower division player or a friend of one of the players or whatever, and you don't care about upper division, join the Discord. That is where you can see match times and links to streams posted for all the lower division stuff. So all that information, come join us in the Discord. Bye bye now.